This is Soccer Zombie Tom Franklin here at Werner Park in Omaha, Nebraska. Can third-tier U.S. soccer hold up to the test? Let's find out. This is your Soccer Zombie, Tom Franklin, and no, I'm not at a baseball game, even though we are at a baseball park. This is Union Omaha. They are hosting Forward Madison in their USL League One derby match. This game being held in early August. It is hot out here. Nice and shaded back here behind the concourse, but this match is a matchup between the number 3 and number 4 team in USL League One. These two teams are also the closest two teams to each other in USL League One, at least for each of these respective clubs. So they formed a bit of a frenemies, kind of a rivalry here. They get along very well. They were Madison fans hanging out at the pregame tailgate with the Omaha fans here as well. So everyone gets along here. I will say, just as a disclaimer, you see I am decked out in Omaha gear today. Union Omaha is the lower league U.S. team that I support. They came to St. Louis in 2023 in the U.S. Open Cup, and their fans could not have been any classier. There's a bit of a mutual friendship between some St. Louis fans and Omaha fans, and of course, I came here back in May when Omaha took on Sporting Kansas City in the U.S. Open Cup. If you want to check out that vlog, it was definitely a David versus Goliath battle that ended, unfortunately, with Goliath winning on a 119th minute winner. You can check out that drama, that video, as you can see right there. But yeah, this is my first chance to see Union Omaha in their own stadium. They were playing at a college stadium for that game, but this is their home park. It is Werner Park in Omaha, Nebraska. I should say a suburb of Omaha, Nebraska. It's an interesting ballpark in that it is definitely a baseball field that they try to retrofit for baseball. They do their best, but as you'll see, even Omaha fans aren't the most thrilled about it, but it's okay because there is a new stadium coming. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this will also be an away day review of Werner Park and the Union Omaha home match experience. It'll be on the 4 categories you see: stadium, game quality, value, and vibes. That'll be in the back half of this video, and as you might have guessed by the thumbnail, let's just say I have some things to say about the stadium. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and talk to some Omaha fans, check out some of the vibes around the stadium, and see what third-tier U.S. soccer is all about. First things first, it's been a little while since I checked in on you guys. Was this about as good of a start as you could have hoped for?
Yes, even more. Even more. They're doing a great job defense. We just got to keep the foot on the throttle. Just got to keep on going. All gas, no brakes.
How is Union Omaha doing this year?
Union Omaha's not doing too bad. You know, unfortunately, they lost 1-0 to Chattanooga last weekend. But so they fell a couple spots down, I think 3rd or 4th down the USL League One table. But they're doing well. Tonight they played Forward Madison. Hopefully they can get the 3 points tonight. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Forward Madison's a really good team as well.
You have a rivalry with Madison right now. Explain why Madison.
Well, for starters, Fort Madison, like geography-wise, is kind of the closest team other than Northern Colorado. Madison has such a great support section with the flock and such. So we kind of build up rivalry through the location and closeness. Also, both teams always play their best against one another. It's always a fun matchup.
What's your favorite thing about Werner Park?
I love sitting in the berms on Saturdays with my buddies in the Parliament. That's always the best part. We sing tunes, we sing songs, and we talk a bunch of stuff to the opposing goalie. But other than that, though, I just kind of love it. It's just such a good vibe and such. You get to hang out with your buddies and such and watch a good 90 minutes of good quality soccer.
Number 4, Luca!
Antonio!
Number 5, Marco!
Milanese!
I'm so fucking excited. Number 26, Dion!
And then, in the interest of journalistic integrity, I also took part in this little pregame ritual that we in America call shotgunning.
Wipe the golden tear from your mother, dear.
Raise the flag of the flag for me. Just do it now. And the rosary beads. Count to 1, 2. Good. How are you? Good.
And soon the flock of Forward Madison, well, they flew away. They marched into the stadium, which I took as my cue to go into the stadium. And the streak continues. Another Messi jersey.
I got him! Great kid! Don't get cocky!
Omaha fan Morgan O'Rear. I can see you're battling the sun right now because the sun is off to your right and it's like shining right in your eye. Look, you realize this is not an ideal situation, you know, this stadium. I mean, you're doing the best you can, but it's not ideal, right?
Not at all. Yeah. I'm so excited for the stadium, and I live closer to the downtown. I can literally take public transit to the new stadium. Here it's a 35-minute drive for me, so come out to sweat in the sun, get sunburn. Yeah, it's not ideal, but I love the Owls, and yeah.
Nil-nil here in Omaha. Both teams having yet to break through at this point. Both teams had their chances. You may have noticed a lack of game coverage in the first half. It's because, quite frankly, that sun is brutal, and it didn't make for the best optics, as you saw. One thing that Morgan talked to me about off camera is that there is not a big crowd here tonight because of the heat. It is in the mid-90s easily. The sun is beating down. There is no wind here. Like, there usually is a breeze in Nebraska. Anyone that knows anything about weather in America knows that this is, can be a breezy place in the country. But the wind not really doing much today, and it's kind of affecting things. It's a very kind of a swampy kind of a heat here today. Omaha's got that new stadium coming. Better times are coming, and credit to those Omaha fans that did come out today and brave this heat because it's kind of nasty. All right, it's my running buddy from St. Louis. Come down here all the way from St. Louis to Omaha. Mike here enjoying some tasty brews here, and also enjoying the fact that the sun is going to be finally going down underneath there for a bit. But you are also a Union Omaha supporter, and this is your first game here. Like, what can you say about how the fans have received you so far, man?
Everybody's cool as hell. Everybody here has been super rad. I've been kind of a fan since the Open Cup game last year, and everyone was cool then. Yeah. Everybody's even cooler now, and one of these days I'm going to drive that 7 hours back here.
And somewhere underneath the sun are some happy Forward Madison fans. You just can't see them because of the east-west orientation of this field. Madison up 1-0 though. 52nd minute here at Werner Park. Sun finally about to disappear behind the grandstand. My eyes could not be happier. The Omaha Parliament is alive after that one. What a freaking goal, man. That was insane. Absolutely. It's 13
on it.
And I'm showing you the replay of the aftermath of the goal for one reason: the lower league shithousery.
Goes Superman and gets an equalizer in the 63rd minute.
We want another one, just like the other one. We want two.
A few moments later.
And I'm showing you this goal because, well, I forgot to get it on camera.
Schneider ball in, beautiful ball, Dolabella adds another one to the scoreboard.
We've got the lead! We've got the lead! Let's go!
Bruh.
Two goals for Omaha in the span of 8 minutes in the second half has completely turned this game around. Both teams have woken up in the second half, and the Buhos getting two fantastic goals. Good game here in the second half.
We want another one, just like the other one. We want three. We want another one, just like the other one. We want three.
Right away, gentlemen.
Put up or shut up time for Union Omaha. We have passed the 90-minute mark. 9 minutes to hold on to this 2-1 lead.
You couldn't rip my grandma! Where's your rose? Where's your rose? Let's go!
There was no joy in Mudville when Casey struck out, and there is no joy in Omaha when forward Madison tied it up in stoppage time. Right at the goalie.
Oh, come on! He fell on purpose! He fell on purpose! Bro, he fell on purpose! Oh my god! He fell on purpose!
Let's go, boys.
And now we get to the away day review portion of the video, and again we're doing ratings on a scale of 1 to 10 on the 4 categories you see here. And this is who Union Omaha has to beat. Louisville City and Forward Madison have set lofty bars. Can the Buhos get close to them, or even Sporting Kansas City? Well, unlike Louisville, who absolutely smashed it with their stadium, Union Omaha trips coming out of the starting gate. So the first thing we need to discuss is a location, and my grievance with Werner Park is the same as Children's Mercy Park in Kansas. It's in a bland suburb that is a half-hour away from its downtown core. Although this suburb does feature random farmland with crops being grown, so it is Nebraska after all. Man, this is some field of dream shit right here. You don't have to walk far to the stadium though, which is a big plus. Parking lots right next to the stadium that cost just $5 to park, and yes, you will have to drive in because there is no public transit. Concourses are wide and easy to navigate, especially once you get to the outfield area. I meant the other side of the main entrance. Yeah, I made a baseball reference because this is a baseball stadium and it doesn't really hide the fact it is. The Omaha Storm Chasers baseball team still plays its games here, unlike Breeze Stevens and Madison, and this place is configured for baseball, so squeezing in a soccer field just looks weird. So that means you have regular seating shaped around one of the corners of the field, and then you have 2 standing berms, one of which is occupied by the Omaha Parliament supporters group. Their section butts right up next to the field and would offer a good view and work quite nicely actually, except for one major problem. So this is the supporters end for Union Omaha. As you can see, we're facing directly into the sun. It is about 7 p.m. here, so the sun's gonna have a little ways to go before it goes down. So for about a half, we might go blind, but that's okay because small sacrifices have to be made. My eyes will recover, I think. And this did affect my enjoyment of the stadium and the game quite a bit, but when it finally went down, things got better.
Yeah, definitely not ideal, but usually we have a nice breeze through here that cools it down, but
There's no wind today.
no wind today.
No wind, and it's about, what, 98 degrees?
Yeah, Tom picked probably the worst weather to come here during.
And the PA announcer drowned out this interview with Omaha Parliament President Hunter Fangmeyer, but one thing Hunter mentioned was the supporters section chose this berm after trying other places in the park, and this spot's proximity to the field made it the best location for them despite having to fight the sun during the summer. But I can't talk about Werner Park without noting this is a temporary home. Union Omaha is going to be building a brand new 7,000-seat soccer stadium next to its downtown core to be open hopefully by the 2026 season. And the owner has come out and stated that it intends to move up to the USL Championship once this is built, as well as adding a new professional women's team. So that's why this review is going to have an asterisk next to it. But in the meantime, the owner of Union Omaha also owns Werner Park, so it's easier for the club to play here rather than at one of the universities. I heard from other Union Omaha supporters that Creighton or Nebraska Omaha aren't the easiest to deal with from past experience, so it is what it is. So I've got to be a bit mean here, and I'm so sorry to my fellow Omaha fans, but your stadium gets a 4 with the asterisk because the new stadium is coming, but this configuration just doesn't work for soccer. The supporters get blinded by the sun, and its location is incredibly inconvenient. It's a pretty decent stadium when you look at it from a baseball context, but that's not what this channel is. For soccer, Werner Park isn't great, but good times are coming in Omaha. 2026 can't get here soon enough. And now on to the game quality, and is it controversial to rate this higher than Eintracht Frankfurt versus Louisville City? How could I possibly rate a USL League One game higher than a game featuring a USL Championship team hosting a Bundesliga giant and Europa League contender? Well, I am. This game was fun, especially in the second half. Both goalies made some big saves. Omaha scored 2 incredible diving goals. Yes, you did have some antics going on, but that does come with not just a rivalry game, but a competitive match with 2 teams that might end up playing each other for the League One title. And yes, it is lower league footy, so you should be used to it by now. Do not sleep on lower league soccer in America. I've seen more entertaining USL 1, USL 2, and MPSL games than some MLS games. Even the Premier League tends to have the occasional stinker. So there was high stakes, it was a derby, some crazy saves by both goalies, and we had 4 balls hit the back of the net. So nothing really to complain about here. I'm giving this an 8. On to value, and we'll start in the team store with this one. In fact, I'm going to start lumping the team store in the value portion of these reviews, by the way. Nice and big team store that Union Omaha shares with the Storm Chasers. A lot of people in it on this particular day, but they did have some items on the outside as well, including a clearance rack. No other places in the stadium to get merch, though. So here is the haul from the team store at Union Omaha. Got this nice white hat here. That was the most expensive thing here, by the way, about $30 for that. Then I got a pin for that as well for I think $5, and then they had these mystery grab bags for $25 tonight, promising $50 worth of swag. Let's see what's actually inside in 3, 2, 1. Boom. So this is what all came with the grab bag. I got a nice little neck shawl here that you put on. You slip it on over your head. It can be like a little mask, protect you from the wind. You got a couple cup koozies here as well. Another pin. I could have saved some money and just got the pin here. Of course, the bag itself is, a handy tote bag, lanyard, and a koozie. So was it worth $25? Yeah, I think so. I mean, this isn't a bad haul at all. I mean, the tote bag's useful. You got the pin there as well. It's not bad. Ticket prices are cheap. $15 gets you in the door, and it's just $5 to park. I don't know who is paying $120 to sit field level at USL League One, though. Identify yourself, whoever you are. Also, you can get right next to the field in the berm. And yes, while this stadium is not ideal for soccer at all, when you're in the right spot, you get a good spot to watch the game, like in the supporters berm over here. You are are close enough where you can almost touch the goal. In fact, actually, if you were to go over there, you probably could touch the netting. So it's actually a pretty decent view. And you do get these rails here, which is actually the outfield wall for baseball. But you do get to kind of lean up against them. You have places to sit your food and drinks down. Honestly, again, this whole place is just one big giant improvisation. They make the most of it, though. So I was a little negative on them earlier about the stadium. They make the best of it. It's what they have to work with. Concessions. Better than I've seen at other American sporting events, but if you're watching this from Europe, you're still cringing. $36 for an entire pizza is yikes. But the slices and drinks aren't out of line, again, relative to America, of course. And yeah, if you've been watching me for any length of time, a rant on American concession prices would be like beating a dead horse by now. And yes, it also does have a grab-and-go area that's becoming more common nowadays. It looked pretty clean. $20 should get you in the door and your car parked. You probably want to eat beforehand, and you should, because Omaha is absolutely slept on as being a foodie destination. Go to Block 16 or Upstream Brewing and you will not be disappointed. But this is about the value at the stadium. I'll go with a 7 here. And now it's on to the vibes, and like the stadium, this is one that needs a bit of an asterisk next to it as well, and I'm not blaming the sun this time. Also not the best week to be in Omaha in general. Just 3 days before this game, there was a big storm that rolled through, packing 80-mile-per-hour winds. A lot of people still without power to this day even, and that's, I think, affected attendance a little bit as people are kind of tending to their home affairs. In fact, even as we were greeted to our hotel today, we were greeted by the sight of a hanging gutter from the roof. But this family fun center is not having a lot of fun today. It's actually closed because of those storms. They impacted the ability for this to even function. As I mentioned earlier, it was a hot day without much of a breeze, so that might have kept some folks away. But again, there were people even in the Omaha Parliament supporters group that didn't have power and got to the game late because of that. But those that did show up in the supporters section were having a good time. The drum line kept the beats going, and the supporters chanted and were otherwise very invested in the game. Same with the other fans in the stadium as well. It never felt quiet despite only a few thousand being there. The attendance was never released publicly, but it was a few thousand. The players even did a cool thing where they came by and slapped their hands in the supporters section. Some hands were easier to reach than others because of the tall outfield wall, but they definitely made the effort. My friend Mike and I had a great time and felt very welcomed by the Omaha Parliament. I consider the fans you saw in this video friends. We may be over 400 miles away, but once again, soccer unites us. It's a smaller supporters group, but passionate and hyped all the same, even when dealing with a less than ideal stadium situation. So I'm giving the vibes an 8. And something cool they're doing here after the game, the Special Olympics teams from both Omaha and Madison are going to play a match here right afterwards. A really cool thing that USL League One teams are doing, not just here, but around the league as well. But I will say my vibes and my feelings about this stadium kind of changed as the game went on, really once the sun went down. No, this is not an ideal place for soccer. I'm sorry, but it never will be. But again, my score for the stadium had a big asterisk next to it because, yes, the new stadium is coming, good times are coming, and everyone here knows it's not an ideal place. But at the same time, everyone knows that good times are coming, and we make the best of it while we can. And I'm sorry, Union Omaha fans, but this puts you at a 27.5 out of 40, which puts you 4th behind Sporting KC's Children's Mercy Park. The stadium itself really drags down an otherwise solid experience. Staring into the sun for over an hour is rough, and the configuration of the stadium just doesn't work. But of course, I still love you, Union Omaha and Omaha Parliament, and I will be happy to return in 2026 and update the score with your new swagged out stadium. And you should check these guys out if you're ever in the area. It is a long way to Omaha from most places, as we got flying balls behind me. But if you're ever in Omaha and there's a Union Omaha game going on here at home, definitely do make a chance to check it out. And of course, as always, support your lower league soccer teams in America, because that's how this game grows. The next game on my USL tour is going to be on Friday, August 9th, when I travel to Tulsa to see FC Tulsa. They take on Orange County. Dollar Beer Night. Almost dodged another one there. It's Dollar Beer Night in Tulsa, and I'm really curious how that vlog is going to turn out. If it's out by the time that this video, you're watching this, check on me to make sure I'm okay. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please consider becoming a member of the supporter section, just 99 cents per month. Every little bit helps me get me to these games, to bring them to you, because not everyone can get to Omaha, not everyone can get to Tulsa, so that's what I'm trying to do for you. This is your soccer zombie, Tom Franklin here, and again, I was here for Union Omaha a few months ago when they took on MLS team Sporting Kansas City. It was a heartbreaker. It was dramatic. If you want to check it out, it's right up here. Right there. There. Yes. That one right there.